Have you ever wondered what separates a business that thrives for decades from one that vanishes in a year? It's a question that keeps every entrepreneur up at night. We are constantly searching for the secret sauce, the one magic trick that will guarantee success. The internet is flooded with promises of overnight riches and get-rich-quick schemes. We see endless ads for growth hacks, fleeting trends that promise to triple your revenue in 30 days. These shortcuts are tempting. They offer a simple, easy path, but they are an illusion. They are like building a house on a foundation of sand, destined to crumble under the slightest pressure. True, sustainable success isn't built on tricks. It isn't found in a complicated marketing funnel, the latest social media algorithm. It is built on a solid foundation of fundamental principles. These principles are not glamorous, they are not flashy, but they are powerful. They have stood the test of time, guiding great companies through recessions, technological shifts, intense competition. Think of any business you truly admire, a brand that has earned your loyalty for years. You will find that beneath their innovative products, clever marketing, they are masters of the basics. They do the simple things exceptionally well, day in and day out, without fail. This is what we are going to explore together. We are going to ignore the noise, the fluff. We will peel back the layers of complexity that so many gurus try to sell you. Instead, we will focus on the core, the very heart of what makes a business win. The goal of this journey is not just to give you a list of rules to memorize. It is to provide you with practical, actionable steps that you can implement immediately to build a stronger, more resilient, more profitable business. It's about creating an organization that doesn't just survive, one that grows, adapts, and leads its industry for years to come. These principles are universal. It does not matter if you are selling software, baking cakes, offering consulting services. It does not matter if you are a solo entrepreneur just starting in your garage, or a leader of a team of 100. The laws of business gravity apply to everyone equally. By understanding and consistently applying these fundamental rules, you stop gambling with your future and start building it with intention and purpose. You will gain the clarity and confidence needed to make the right decisions, navigate challenges, and create an enterprise that truly makes a difference. So, what are these powerful foundational rules? They are not secrets. They are principles winning businesses live and breathe every day. They revolve around who you serve, what you sell, how you manage your resources, who you work with, and why you do it in the first place. Overlooking one area is like driving a car with a flat tire. You may move for a bit, but the journey becomes slow and you will grind to a halt. True momentum comes when all five work in perfect harmony, propelling your business forward. We'll break down each of these 5 unbreakable rules. Extreme customer focus. Solve a real problem for real people. Quality and consistent execution. Make it great every time. Financial discipline. Master your numbers. Cash is king. Building and empowering the right team. Your people are your greatest asset. Clear vision and mission. Your why, the North Star. This is the soul of your business, not theory. For each rule, you'll get clear examples and concrete actions. We'll move beyond what to how. You'll leave with a clear roadmap to embed these into your company's DNA. The goal: build lasting value and enduring success. Let's begin. Of all the rules we will discuss, this one comes first for a reason. It is the absolute non-negotiable starting point for any successful venture. A business must exist to solve a real problem or fulfill a genuine need for its customers. This sounds incredibly simple, yet it is the single biggest stumbling block where countless aspiring entrepreneurs fall. They become infatuated with their own clever idea, their beautifully designed product, their innovative technology, and they forget to ask the most fundamental question. Who is this for, and what problem does it actually solve for them? If the answer is vague or non-existent, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. True value is not defined by you, the creator. It is defined entirely by the customer, the user. This principle requires a radical shift in perspective from being product-centric to being customer-centric. It means you must be relentlessly, almost obsessively focused on understanding what your customer truly values. This goes far beyond simple demographics like age or location. It means diving deep into their world to understand their frustrations, their aspirations, their daily routines, their hidden desires. You need to become an expert on your customer's life, not just on your product. This deep empathy is the raw material from which great products and services are forged. Every decision, from product features to marketing copy to customer support policies, must be filtered through the lens of how it impacts and benefits your customer. How do you achieve this deep level of understanding? You have to get out of your own head and into theirs. You must actively gather feedback at every opportunity. This isn't a one-time activity you do at launch. It's a continuous, ongoing process. Talk to your customers. Send out surveys. Read every review and comment, especially the negative ones. Analyze their behavior. What features do they use most? Where do they get stuck? What makes them churn? Every piece of data, whether qualitative or quantitative, is a clue that helps you paint a clearer picture of who they are and what they need from you. This focus isn't just about making people happy, it's about survival. A business that is not anchored to a real customer problem is like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly at the mercy of the market's currents. It will be easily swayed by new trends and shiny objects, constantly changing direction but never making meaningful progress. In contrast, a business built on the solid foundation of solving a real problem has a powerful, guiding purpose. It has a reason to exist beyond just making money. This purpose becomes its anchor, keeping it steady and focused, even in the most turbulent waters of the business world. Once you understand your customer's problem, the next critical step is to ensure your solution is the one they are actively seeking. This is the concept of product/market fit, a magical moment when you've built a product a specific group of people desperately wants. It's the harmony between what you are selling and what the market is actively demanding. A brilliant product that nobody is willing to pay for is a masterpiece destined to collect dust in a gallery. Conversely, a hungry market without a good solution is a massive opportunity waiting to be seized. The goal is to find that perfect intersection where your offering becomes the answer to their prayers. Achieving product/market fit is rarely a sudden lightning strike. It's an iterative process of discovery, testing, and refinement. Think of it like a sculptor chipping away at a block of marble. You start with a rough hypothesis about a problem and a potential solution. For example, you might believe that busy professionals struggle to find healthy lunch options near their offices. Your initial product is a subscription box for pre-made salads. This is your starting point, your uncarved block. You haven't proven anything yet. The real work begins when you put this initial version in front of real customers and observe their reactions, listening intently to their feedback to guide your next move. So, how do you practically test for this fit? There are 3 simple, powerful steps you can take. First, create a minimum viable product, an MVP. This is the simplest version that still solves the core problem. For the salad box idea, it might just be 5 different salads delivered for 1 week. Second, get it into the hands of your target customers as quickly as possible, even if it's not perfect. The goal here is learning, not scaling. Third, and most importantly, measure their response. Are they willing to pay for it? Are they using it consistently? Would they be genuinely disappointed if it were no longer available? I like it. Their actions will tell you far more than their words. This feedback loop is the engine of product/market fit. Maybe you learn that customers love the convenience but find the salads boring. So you iterate, introducing new recipes and customizable options. Perhaps you discover they don't want a subscription but would prefer to order on demand via an app. You adapt again. Each cycle of building, measuring, and learning gets you closer to that perfect harmony. It's a patient, deliberate search for a group of people who not only like your product but need it. When you find them, you will feel a fundamental shift. The struggle to push your product onto the market is replaced by a powerful pull from the market itself. Section 3. The secret to loyalty: under-promise and over-deliver. In a world filled with exaggerated claims and marketing hype, one of the most powerful strategies for building extreme customer focus is consistently deliver more than you promise. This isn't about setting low expectations or being mediocre. It's about being realistic and honest in your promises, and then having the operational excellence to consistently exceed those promises in a delightful way. Think about the last time a company truly wowed you. It was likely because they did something unexpected, creating a memorable and positive emotional experience. This is the essence of over-delivering. This principle works because it directly targets the psychology of customer satisfaction. Satisfaction is simply the gap between expectation and reality. When reality falls short of expectations, customers are disappointed. When reality meets expectations, they are content but not necessarily loyal. But when reality surpasses expectations, they are delighted. Delight is what transforms a one-time customer into a lifelong fan and a vocal advocate for your brand. It fuels positive reviews, generates referrals, and builds the kind of trust that no advertising budget can buy. It's the difference between a transaction and a relationship. Let's consider a practical example. Imagine you run an e-commerce store selling handmade leather goods. On your product page, you state that standard shipping takes 5 to 7 business days. This is your promise. Now, you work diligently with your fulfillment team to streamline your processes so you can consistently ship orders out the same day they are placed. As a result, most customers receive their package in just 2 to 3 days. You have just exceeded their expectations. To take it a step further, you could include a small complimentary leather keychain and a handwritten thank you note in every package. The customer discovers a small, unexpected handwritten thank you note and a free gift, their face showing surprise and delight. You haven't promised these things, but their inclusion creates a moment of genuine surprise and delight. You can start implementing this today. First, conduct an audit of every single promise you make to your customers. Review your website copy. Review your service level agreements. Review your marketing materials. Are these promises realistic and achievable every single time? Second, identify 1 or 2 key areas where you can build a system to consistently perform better than your stated promise. Shipping times, response times for customer support, product quality. Finally, brainstorm small, low-cost ways to add unexpected value. A personal note, a small freebie, a follow-up email with helpful tips. These can turn a mundane purchase into a memorable experience, cementing your extreme focus on the customer. Section 1. The promise of quality. Your product is your reputation. Once you have identified a real customer problem and achieved product-market fit, the game shifts. Now it's about delivering on the promise you've made, not just once, but every single time. This is where Rule 2 comes into play. Quality. Consistent execution. A great idea can get a customer to buy once, but quality and reliability determine if they come back. Your product is the physical embodiment of your brand's promise, your values, your standards, your commitment. Every customer interaction forms an opinion about your business. Your reputation is built on a series of experiences. Each positive experience is a brick. Each negative experience is a crack. If your product is unreliable, if your service is inconsistent, if the quality dips, You're creating cracks faster than you can lay bricks. Eventually, the foundation will crumble. High quality means something you can stand behind with pride. A product you'd sell to family and friends. It delivers exceptional value and works as intended. Not perfection, but excellence and integrity. Consistency in delivery is as critical as initial quality. A customer who has a fantastic experience one day and a terrible one the next will not trust you. Inconsistency breeds uncertainty and anxiety. Customers crave reliability. They want the same high quality every single time. Predictability builds deep, lasting trust. It removes risk and makes your brand the dependable choice. View quality not as a department, but as a culture, woven into everything you do. Raw materials you choose, processes you design, people you hire. It's a relentless commitment. Good enough is never good enough. We respect you. We value your business. We are dedicated to earning your trust with every single interaction. This builds a reputation that precedes you, and an army of loyal fans who will defend your brand. Section 2. The power of discipline. Building systems for consistency. Having a commitment to quality is a great start, but commitment alone is not enough. You cannot achieve consistent execution through sheer willpower or by simply hoping for the best. Hope is not a strategy. True consistency is born from discipline, and discipline is manifested through systems. Systems are the guardrails that keep your business on the path to excellence. They are repeatable processes and documented workflows that ensure critical tasks are performed the same way, to the same high standard, every single time. They do this regardless of who is performing them or what's happening that day. They are what allow you to scale your quality as you scale your business. Without systems, your business is entirely dependent on individuals. You might have a star employee who does amazing work, but what happens when they go on vacation, get sick, leave the company? The quality plummets and chaos ensues. This is a fragile and stressful way to operate. Systems transform your business from person-dependent to process-dependent. By documenting the best way to perform a task, how to answer a customer support ticket, how to package a product for shipping, you create a blueprint for success. This blueprint can then be taught, measured, and improved upon over time, creating a virtuous cycle of ever-increasing efficiency and reliability. Building these systems doesn't have to be a monumental task. Start small. Identify the single most critical process in your business that impacts customer-facing quality. For a coffee shop, it might be the process of brewing the perfect espresso shot. For a software company, it might be the quality assurance checklist before a new feature is released. Once you've identified it, document every single step. Write it down. Create a checklist. Film a short video. The format doesn't matter as much as the clarity and completeness of the instructions. Make it so clear that a brand new employee could follow the steps and achieve an 80% success rate on their first try. This act of creating systems forces you to think critically about your own operations. It shines a light on inefficiencies, bottlenecks, and areas for improvement that you may have never noticed before. As you document your process for brewing that perfect espresso, you might realize that the grinder settings are inconsistent, or that the water temperature varies. The system reveals the weaknesses, giving you a clear path to making it better. These documented processes become living assets for your business. They are the operational playbook that ensures your promise of quality is not just a lofty goal, but a daily, consistent, and predictable reality for every customer. Great systems provide the tracks, but it is the daily discipline of your team that makes the train run on time. A brilliant plan or a perfect process documented in a binder is useless without the focused effort to execute it consistently. Disciplined execution is the bridge between your vision and the actual results. It means showing up every day and being absolutely vigilant about focusing on the most important things in your business. In a world of constant distractions, endless emails, social media notifications, 100 urgent but unimportant tasks, the ability to maintain focus on what truly drives value is a superpower. Start each day with a clear plan. Take 10 minutes to define your top 1 to 3 priorities for the day. Not a long to-do list of busy work. The critical tasks that will move your business forward in a meaningful way. Improving your product, serving your customers, strengthening your systems. Defining priorities first creates a filter for every demand on your time. Picture a quiet morning moment where someone writes a short, clear list of 3 priorities for the day. Pair this with a weekly review. At the end of each week, take 30 minutes to look back. Did you accomplish your key priorities? Where did you get sidetracked? What went well? What obstacles did you face? It's about learning and adjusting. Plan, do, review. Builds momentum week after week. You're not just busy, you're productive. Focus on activities that create compounding returns, not busy work. This discipline must start with you, the leader, and be embedded in your team's culture. Encourage team members to identify daily priorities aligned with company goals. Implement short daily huddles where each person shares their top priority, creates accountability, fosters collaboration, ensures everyone is pulling in the same direction, transforms execution into a team sport. When the whole team is disciplined and focused, the cumulative effect is unstoppable. Maintaining quality and executing consistently are essential for stability, but they are not enough to guarantee long-term success. The business world is not static. It is a dynamic and constantly evolving ecosystem. New technologies emerge. Economic trends shift. Consumer habits change. Therefore, the final piece of consistent execution is a commitment to adaptability and innovation. Successful companies must be disciplined in operations and flexible enough to adapt to what's next. If you are not actively looking for ways to improve and innovate, you are standing still. In business, standing still means you are about to be left behind. History is full of cautionary tales. Blockbuster Video is a classic example. Split-screen image. On one side, a dusty, abandoned Blockbuster store. On the other, a modern living room with a family happily scrolling through Netflix on their TV. They were masters of consistent execution, efficient stores, and massive inventory. They optimized renting physical movies. They dismissed streaming. Thought Netflix was a niche mail-order service. Their failure to adapt led to rapid demise. Kodak invented the digital camera but failed to embrace it. They feared cannibalizing their film business. That lack of vision cost them their empire. In contrast, winners embrace change. Amazon started as an online bookstore. They executed with quality and consistency. They never stopped innovating, expanded into a marketplace for everything. Pioneered cloud computing with AWS, revolutionized logistics and home devices, perpetual evolution, always experimenting and placing bets on the future. They know today's success won't guarantee tomorrow's. Continuous, incremental innovation is key to enduring dominance. How to build this? First, make innovation part of your plan. Dedicate about 10% of time and resources to experiments. Second, create a safe environment for new ideas. Encourage your team to challenge the status quo. Celebrate lessons learned from failed experiments as much as successes. By being disciplined and curious, you build a resilient, adaptable organization built to win for years to come. We now arrive at a rule that is brutally unforgiving. You can have the most passionate customer base and the most elegant operational systems, but if you ignore this rule, your business will fail. It is an absolute certainty. This is Rule 3, financial discipline. At the heart of this discipline lies a single, critical element: cash. Cash is the lifeblood of your business. It is the oxygen your company needs to breathe. It pays your employees. It keeps the lights on. It buys inventory. It funds your future growth. A business can be profitable on paper, showing a healthy net income. But if it runs out of cash, it is, for all practical purposes, dead. This distinction between profit and cash flow is one of the most vital lessons in business. Understanding and proactively managing the flow of money in and out of your company is not just a task for your accountant. It is a primary responsibility for any business owner or leader. You must have a clear, real-time picture of your cash situation. How much cash is coming in from sales each week? How much is going out to pay for rent, salaries, supplies? What is the timing of these flows? Many businesses fail because they have a mismatch in timing. They have to pay their suppliers in 30 days, but their customers don't pay them for 60 days or for 90 days. This creates a cash flow gap that can quickly become a chasm, swallowing the business whole. Mastering cash flow means you are always looking ahead. It's about forecasting, not just recording history. You should be able to project your cash position for the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. This foresight gives you power. It allows you to spot potential shortfalls long before they become a crisis, giving you time to react. You might need to chase down unpaid invoices more aggressively, negotiate better payment terms with your suppliers, or secure a line of credit as a safety net. Without this forward-looking view, you are essentially driving your business at high speed while looking only in the rearview mirror. A recipe for a disastrous crash. The goal is to maintain a healthy cash buffer at all times. This is your emergency fund, your war chest. It gives you the resilience to withstand unexpected setbacks like a major client leaving or a sudden economic downturn. More importantly, it gives you the freedom to seize opportunities. When a chance to buy inventory at a deep discount arises, or invest in a game-changing piece of equipment, you can act decisively because you have the resources. A business that is constantly living on the edge of its cash reserves is a business that is fragile, reactive, and stressed. A business with strong cash flow is confident, strategic, and poised for growth. The old business adage is true. What gets measured gets managed. Having a general sense that things are going well is not financial discipline. It's wishful thinking. To truly be in control of your company's financial health, you must move from vague feelings to concrete facts. This means establishing clear financial goals and consistently monitoring a handful of key performance indicators, or KPIs. These numbers are the vital signs of your business. They tell you the story of what's working, what's not, and where you need to direct your attention. Flying a business without tracking your KPIs is like a pilot flying a plane without an instrument panel. You're flying blind and hoping for a safe landing. Your KPIs don't need to be overly complicated. In fact, simplicity is key. You should focus on a few critical metrics that give you the most insight into the core drivers of your business. For almost any company, these will include tracking total revenue, which tells you the top-line health of your sales. You must also track your cost of goods sold, or COGS, which are the direct costs of producing what you sell. The difference between these two gives you your gross profit, a crucial indicator of your product's profitability. Finally, you must meticulously track your operating expenses, the costs of running the business, like rent, salaries, and marketing, to arrive at your net profit, the ultimate bottom line. Let's take a small business example to see how this works. Imagine you run a small bakery. Your revenue is the total of all your sales of bread and pastries. Your COGS are the costs of flour, sugar, and butter. If you sell a loaf of bread for $5 and the ingredients cost $2, your gross profit on that loaf is $3, and your gross margin is 60%. By tracking this, you might discover that your croissants have a much lower margin of 20%. This data allows you to make strategic decisions. You might try to find a cheaper butter supplier to improve the croissant margin, or you might decide to raise its price, or even focus your marketing efforts on the more profitable bread. These numbers are not just for historical record keeping. They are a call to action. The true power of a KPI dashboard is tying each metric to a specific actionable plan. If revenue is down, the action is to launch a new marketing campaign or run a sales promotion. If your gross margin is shrinking, the action is to renegotiate with suppliers or analyze your pricing strategy. If your operating expenses are creeping up, the action is to conduct a line-by-line review of your budget to find savings. By regularly reviewing these numbers, weekly or at least monthly, you create a disciplined rhythm of analysis and action, ensuring you are always making informed decisions based on data, not gut feelings. Financial discipline is not just about keeping the lights on and managing costs. It's also about making smart decisions that fuel sustainable growth. This is where you graduate from simply tracking your numbers to using them to build a strategic financial plan. A solid business plan acts as your roadmap, providing a clear sense of direction for where you want to go and how you plan to get there financially. It's the bridge between your day-to-day financial management and your long-term vision. Without a plan, your financial decisions can become reactive and disjointed, pulling the business in multiple directions at once instead of building sustained momentum. Your financial plan should outline clear goals for a specific period, typically the next year. How much do you want to grow your revenue? What profit margin are you targeting? These goals should be ambitious yet realistic, grounded in your historical data and your understanding of the market. The plan then breaks down how you will achieve these goals. For example, to increase revenue by 20%, investing $10,000 in a new digital advertising campaign, hiring one new salesperson. This connects your high-level financial goals directly to specific budgeted operational activities, ensuring that every dollar you spend has a purpose. A crucial part of this strategic planning is understanding the difference between a cost and an investment. A cost is simply money spent to keep the business running, like paying the electricity bill. An investment, on the other hand, is money spent with the expectation of generating a future return. Hiring a great employee, buying more efficient machinery, investing in a better website are not just expenses. They are investments in the future capacity and profitability of your business. A disciplined financial plan involves ruthlessly controlling your costs while simultaneously making bold, calculated investments in areas that will drive growth. A delicate but essential balancing act. Finally, no strategic plan is complete without a plan for when things go wrong. Your financial plan must include contingency planning to mitigate risk. What will you do if your largest client suddenly leaves? What is your plan if a key supplier raises their prices by 30%? Thinking through these potential scenarios ahead of time and building a cash reserve allows you to respond to challenges with a calm, strategic approach rather than panicked, desperate measures. Clear goals, strategic investments, robust contingency planning. This combination of clear goals, strategic investments, and robust contingency planning is the hallmark of true financial discipline. It transforms your finances from a source of stress into your most powerful tool for building an enduring and successful business. We've talked about customers, products, and finances, but none of it matters without the right people to bring it all to life. This brings us to Rule 4. Build and empower the right team. Your employees are not just another expense on your profit and loss statement. They are your single greatest asset. They are the ones who build your product, deliver your service, interact with your customers every day. They are the living, breathing representation of your brand. You can have the best strategy in the world, but without a talented and motivated team to execute it, that strategy is nothing more than a document collecting dust on a shelf. The quality of your team will ultimately determine the quality of your business. Because your team is so critical, the process of bringing people on board must be deliberate and thoughtful. The mantra here is, hire slowly, hire smartly. The cost of a bad hire goes far beyond just their salary. It drains morale, consumes management time, and does significant damage to your customer relationships and company culture. It is far better to feel the short-term pain of being understaffed than the long-term agony of having the wrong person on the bus. Invest significant time in your hiring process. Look for people who are not only competent and have the right skills, but who also genuinely align with your company's values and are passionate about your mission. Once you have the right people, your job is to create an environment where they can do their best work. This means treating your employees with respect, genuinely valuing their contributions, and investing in their professional development. Great people don't want to be micromanaged. They want to be trusted and empowered. Give your talented team members clear goals, then grant them the autonomy and freedom to figure out the best way to achieve those goals. This fosters a culture of ownership and entrepreneurship, where every employee feels like a true partner in the business's success, proactively solving problems and looking for opportunities to improve. This culture starts at the top. As a leader, you set the tone for the entire organization. You must lead by example, embodying the values you claim to uphold, like honesty, integrity, and a relentless work ethic. Your actions speak infinitely louder than your words. Effective leadership is not about being the boss. It's about serving your team. Your role is to provide them with a clear mission, equip them with the resources they need to succeed, and then work to remove any obstacles that stand in their way. When you build a great team and empower them to win, they will move mountains for you, your customers, and your shared vision. This brings us to our final and most foundational rule. It ties everything else together. Rule 5. Have a clear vision and mission. Every successful business, every enduring organization, starts with a why. This is your core purpose, your reason for existing beyond profit. Why did you start this company? What change do you want to make in the world? What change do you want to make in the lives of your customers? If your only answer is to make money, you're building on a weak foundation. Profit is a result and a fuel, but not a compelling purpose. Passion and a desire to solve a problem or serve a need must drive your mission. This why is your company's North Star. In the chaos of daily business, with 1,000 competing priorities and endless decisions, your purpose is the fixed point on the horizon. That keeps you heading in the right direction. It guides every strategic choice. Products you develop, people you hire, customers you serve. When faced with a difficult decision, ask, does this move us closer to our mission? This clarity of purpose gives a company its soul. It inspires people to do more than the minimum, turning jobs from paychecks into callings. Once you define your why, you must communicate it relentlessly. Your vision and mission cannot be a secret in your head. Communicate it clearly and consistently to 3 critical groups. First, your team. Your employees need to know what they are working for and what the company stands for. A clear mission gives their work meaning and context. Second, your customers. People don't just buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Communicating purpose connects you emotionally, builds a tribe of loyal fans. Third, your investors and partners. They need to understand long-term direction and potential. A compelling mission shows you're building lasting value, not just chasing short-term gains. Communication is not a one-time event, woven into onboarding, woven into marketing messages, woven into company meetings, woven into everyday conversations. When your team, your customers, and your partners understand and believe in your why, you create powerful alignment that propels the organization forward with unstoppable momentum and shared purpose. We have journeyed together through the 5 fundamental rules, not as abstract theories, but practical, actionable principles. We have stripped away the fluff and focused on the unshakable foundation of success. Let's bring them together one final time. It starts with extreme customer focus, obsessive dedication to solving a real problem for a real person. Next, quality and consistent execution, transforming that solution into a reliable, high-quality product every single time. This is supported by financial discipline because cash is the oxygen that allows your brilliant idea to survive and thrive. And it is all brought to life by building and empowering the right team, guided by your clear vision and mission, your ultimate why. These 5 rules are not a checklist to be completed once and then forgotten. They are a continuous cycle, a daily practice, a mindset that must be embedded into the DNA of your organization. They are interconnected, each one strengthening the others. A clear vision inspires your team to deliver quality. Financial discipline gives you the resources to innovate for your customers. An extreme customer focus provides the data you need to make smart financial plans. You cannot master one while neglecting the others. True, sustainable success is found in the harmonious pursuit of all 5, creating a powerful engine that drives your business forward with clarity, purpose, and unstoppable momentum. The scale of this might feel overwhelming, but the path to mastery begins with a single step. The goal is not to perfectly implement all 5 rules by tomorrow. The goal is to start small and build momentum. Remember that you cannot manage what you do not measure, so focus on making incremental progress and tracking the results. The most powerful changes often come from small, consistent actions compounded over time. Don't let the pursuit of perfection paralyze you from taking action. Progress is more important than perfection. Choose one area, make one small improvement, and watch the ripple effect it creates across your entire business. Therefore, here is my challenge to you, my call to action. Right now, pick just one of these 5 rules that resonates most with you, the one where you see the biggest opportunity for improvement. This week, commit to making one single tangible change in that area. It could be calling 3 customers for feedback, documenting one critical process, or building a simple cash flow forecast. Then, choose one metric to track the impact of that change. This is how you transform knowledge into action and action into results. Your journey to building an enduring, winning business doesn't start someday. It starts now, with one rule, one change, and one metric. Steady, focused action is your key to creating lasting success. If this moved you to take action, subscribe for more clear, practical frameworks. No fluff. Hit subscribe and the bell to get weekly playbooks, prompts, and real examples you can use today. Keep your momentum, subscribe now, and I'll see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe for more videos. Thank you.